Alright guys, I just spent 20 minutes recording this video and then I realized the audio was super low. Could barely hear myself, so I have to re-record the entire thing. It's probably going to take me a full 20 minutes, but gonna try to go through this very quickly. So basically what I'm going to go through today is agents that solve real business problems in 2026. So most of you guys are probably seeing fancy workflows online on social media, on YouTube, or whatever platform you're on that, promise this fancy dashboard and these Git repos and these open source agents or whatever, these open source repos on GitHub. And all of these are just fancy things. They're not going to make you any money because businesses do not care about these things. They care about the problems you can solve for them. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through all the agents that solve real problems for businesses that they're going to be willing to pay you a lot of money for. Okay? Because that's where the money is at. Solving real problems that are boring and not super fancy. Because you need to be able to speak a business language, the language they're speaking. They know their problems. If you can come to them and understand their problems and talk about how you can solve them using AI, they're immediately going to be interested. But if you start talking about dashboards and Git repos and open source this and that and blah blah blah, they're going to tune out. They're going to be like, what is this guy talking about? I have no idea what this guy is even yapping about. It's not interesting to me. So the first agent is an ads agent. So for most businesses, they spend a lot of time adjusting their ad campaigns, creating new ads, swapping creatives, adjusting demographic, budget, whatever it may be. If you can create an agent that goes in via MCP or CLI and that makes changes for businesses, that analyzes performance and based on that makes the necessary adjustments in the ads, in the budgets, in the settings, in the creatives, whatever it may be, this is going to be super useful. And this is something you're going to have to train over time. However, it saves a lot of time for businesses. It's a huge, weight that is lifted off their shoulders because they're spending hours dealing with this every single day. Okay. This is going to help them a lot, analyzing everything, sending them reports via Telegram or email about what's going on and what has been done. So they're always up to date and they can always go into their campaigns and look at what's going on, but they don't have to do anything. You just build the agent for them and it runs everything for them. And they're going to get reports and updates and all that about the API spent for the creatives and whatnot, right? So this is super crucial. This is one of those agents that you can actually sell to businesses because most businesses are running ads. And if you can position this as something that's going to save them a bunch of time and get better over time and use past results and performance to get better, it's going to be a no-brainer for them. So this is the first agent that I'm walking through. The second one is a review agent. Now, this is not the most important one, if I'm going to be honest, but it basically reaches out to past clients and existing clients, and it invites them to write a review on your Google page, which is going to build more trust for new potential clients and help you boost sales. But honestly, most of you watching this are probably not going to have a whole ton of clients, and you're probably going to have time to do this manually. You just send an invite and they write the review and then it's over. You're probably going to have a close relationship with that person anyways. However, if you feel like you want to automate this and you don't want to spend time inviting people, this is something that's going to do that for you. It's going to reach out to all your clients, everyone that you've worked with in the past and currently working with, and simply invite them to write a review. So very important. It's going to make you look better on your Google page and boost sales overall. Okay? Because people look at reviews. It's very important when you decide to work with a company or buy from someone. Then we have websites, okay? Websites are super valuable. Every business needs their own main online presence. And manually built websites, businesses charge thousands and thousands of dollars for these websites because they take a long time to actually build. But if you build it with AI, you can build something that looks even better than the standard built websites, and you can charge way less. So this is a huge thing you can sell to businesses. You can look at businesses on Google that either have a crappy website or no website at all. And you can go to the ones specifically without a website and you can tell them, hey, I tried to book a consultation, but I saw you didn't have a website, so I didn't know how to do it. So I decided to call you instead. This is probably making you lose a bunch of sales because people want to go to a website to be able to do this and not have to call. So the good news is I actually decided to build you a website for free. If you want to take a look at it over 5 minutes sometime this week, I can show you what it looks like for free. And if you want it, you can buy it from me for like $500, right? And it's not going to cost you anything to look at the website. but yeah, it's already fully built for you. And that's something you can actually sell for businesses. AI is going to help you make a lot of money doing that because you solve a huge problem and it's not going to cost them a lot of money. They're going to get a very beautiful website. It's going to be very cheap for them and it's going to be deployed and delivered in no time, within 24 hours. And you're probably even going to be able to deliver it before that. So huge thing that you can build and actually sell to businesses because you're solving a real problem now, okay? Now, after that, we have chatbots on top of that website. So chatbots are absolutely crucial because the potential client can actually interact with you on your website. So using the chatbot, you can collect valuable information, valuable data such as emails, phone numbers, their pain points, personalized info and all that. And this is going to be super crucial to put into a pipeline and follow up with them over time and just, warm them up over time and nurture them over time because now you have valuable information about this potential client. You have their pain points, you have personalized info, you have their contact info. So chatbots are super, super crucial. And chances are if someone interacts with a chatbot on your site and puts that time investment in to go to your site and actually chat with a chatbot, they're very warm and they're actually interested in what you have to do. So nurturing this lead and reaching out to this lead is going to be super crucial for your business. Now, this one is probably the most important agent out of all the agents that I'm going to go through, and it's a speed to lead agent, right? So say someone fills out all their information in a chatbot, the speed to lead agent is going to be able to reach out to them within 1 to 2 minutes, either via calling them or emailing them or texting them or whatever, with personalized info and all their pain points and everything, telling them something like, hey, I saw you visited our website and you talked about you struggling with XYZ. We can actually help you solve this. I can walk you through exactly how that works, blah, 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 blah. How about we book a call, a 15-minute call, and talk about it a little bit more then. And they'll be able to book a call directly via this agent that reaches out to them via 1 to 2 minutes. Because right now they're already intrigued. They're already expecting someone to reach out to them. They're already they want someone to talk to them because they're super warm. Their pain is at an all-time high. Otherwise, they wouldn't be spending time talking to a chatbot. Okay, so super, super important agent. You can even build this into your chatbot if you want, where it books the call for you instead of you building a separate agent. But most of the time, someone may not want to be sold to inside a chatbot. They may just want to learn a little bit more, but then you can later take that information and nurture them over time. Then we have proposal generating agents. So as soon as you're done with a sales call and Fathom is done recording, I can link Fathom in the description. It's a free tool to use that actually records calls very, very well. But this agent will take that entire call recording, it will extract the transcript, feed that into an LLM and create a proposal, send it to you for human review. If you like it, you click on accept. It's going to send that automatically to the prospect and they can sign it themselves without you having to send anything to them manually. So it's going to look through everything. It's going to generate everything for you. It's going to analyze the entire conversation, what you talked about, the pricing, the deliverables, everything. If you like it, you click accept, it's going to be sent to them. Now, once it's been signed, you're going to have a new agent that automatically creates an invoice. So as soon as they've signed and you've signed, this agent is going to be triggered. It's going to send them the payment link. It's going to take the actual amount in the proposal, create a payment link, send that to you first for human review. If it's accurate according to the proposal, you click on accept, it's going to send that to them. After that, once they pay the actual payment, it's going to trigger a new agent, an onboarding agent that sends them all the information they need to get started. They need to fill out a form, submit login details, they need to book a call, XYZ, blah, 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 right? And this is also something that's going to save you a lot of time. Instead of manually onboarding someone, the agent is going to do that for you. Then ops agents, this is not a specific agent. It's more so of everything within the operations and fulfillment that is repetitive and that you can automate. So any admin tasks, anything that is repetitive, anything that you have a bunch of VAs do that is boring, repetitive, time consuming, you can automate all the operations, all the boring stuff, all the boring admin stuff using ops agents. Okay, so this is going to be within the organization. This is not going to be like lead generation or anything sales related, just within the organization, like organizing email inboxes or sending documents internally to the team or pinging team members to do XYZ with reminders, whatever it may be. So this is also something that's going to offload a lot of time within a business. If you go to a business and tell them, I'm going to automate your entire operations, you're never going to spend a single more minute, looking through your operations and doing things manually and hiring people to do things for you that are boring and repetitive, because this is super easy to automate because the operations are usually very repetitive. And when something is repetitive, it means it's deterministic. And if it's deterministic, it means you can easily automate this because it's going to go through a very specific workflow each and every single time. It's not going to act dynamically. It's not going to act in an unpredictable manner. It's going to do the exact same thing all the time. So ops agents, super valuable. Now, before I go into Agentic OS, there is one automation that wasn't included in the slideshow. I don't know why it was missed by Codex when I told it to create the slideshow, but it's basically a follow-up agent. A follow-up agent is super, super important that actually keeps track of your pipeline and follows up with them over time, right? And nurtures them and sends them new materials, new value, new lead magnets, whatever, to nurture them over time if they're not ready to take action on the spot. Following up is super, super crucial. Again, I don't know why it wasn't added to this slideshow, but I just came to think about it right now. So that's also a super important one that you can build for businesses, because following up manually, like sales reps usually forget about this, or they don't do it properly, or they take too long to follow up, or they miss follow-ups. That will do it for you. And then the final automation that I'm going to go through, this is so important and valuable, and it's Agentic OS. Agentic OS, simply put, is a dashboard that allows a non-tech savvy person, a person that knows nothing about AI, to interact with AI in an easy way. So most business owners have no idea how to use N8N or Cloud Code or Codex or Cursor or whatever. But if you can build them a dashboard where they can see all their automations, they can build new automations, they can build new skills, they can build new apps, they can see their API spend, they can see all their memory, their context, their database, they can add new files to their database. They can solve errors and fix errors directly via the Agentic OS. Basically, an entire dashboard that allows them to trigger automations, create new apps, create new automations, create new skills, do everything and use something like Cloud Code and Codex directly via a dashboard that is built on top of Codex or Cloud Code. So the way it works, this dashboard is connected to Cloud Code or Codex via your VPS or via your computer, and every time you make an action directly via that Agentic OS, it's going to ping Cloud Code via the automation, via the VPS, or however it's deployed and hosted, and it's going to run everything for you. So your client does not need to know anything about how to use AI, because everything is going to be in plain English, no HTML, no JSON, nothing like that. Just clear buttons, clear information. They can even talk to the AI directly via the Agentic OS and run everything and create anything they want directly from one dashboard. This is something you can easily sell for 15K plus to businesses. Now, this is the hardest thing to build. If you can build this, you are a legend. You can make as much money as you want in the coming few months, because this is probably going to be something that Cloud Code or Codex are probably going to solve themselves. They're probably going to create an Agentic OS themselves that people can use, that is very easy to use. So people are not going to have the need to pay someone for an Agentic OS. But right now, they haven't created that. Right now, using something like Codex and Cloud Code, you're going to have to spend a couple months learning AI to be able to understand how to use it. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be overwhelming. And that's the main reason businesses are not going AI first. But if you can solve this problem, come in with an Agentic OS that they can use, right? And they can use AI in all ways that they want. The same way professionals use AI, but they do it directly from a dashboard that is easy to understand and use, you're gonna be able to make a lot of money. Then you have a retainer fee on top of this for maybe like 3-4K, and you're gonna be set. This is gonna make you a lot of money, and this is a huge opportunity for anyone that's in AI right now and vibe coding. So these are all the automations, real automations that solve real business problems. If you start pitching these today to businesses, you're gonna start a lot of conversations. And when you pitch them, don't focus on the features, don't focus on the fancy stuff, focus on the problems you're solving. Don't say, hey, I'm gonna build you an Agentic OS where you can create new skills and create new automations and new dashboards and feed them into your vector database. They're not going to listen to you. They're not going to give a shit about what you have to say. But if you instead say, hey, I can solve a problem for you where you can use Cloud Code and Codex the exact same way professionals do without having to know anything. You can automate anything you want today with just a click of a button. You can create any skills you want. You can even create apps yourself, websites yourselves. You can look at all your automations. If they're active, if they got an error, you can fix the error with the click of a button. You don't need to debug or have any technical skills. You can see your API spend. You can enhance and build out your database and your knowledge base so it knows everything about you. It knows your tone of voice. And every time you create a new automation, it's going to do that based on your tone of voice. You can basically run an entire operation agentically via this Agentic OS. When you speak like that and position something in that way and you speak their language, they're going to be interested in what you have to say and probably want to get on a call with you. So this is probably the most valuable automation that you can build, but also the hardest one to build, right? So all these automations that I just walked you through, super, super valuable. You can make a lot of money with them. Get away from all the fancy stuff you see on social media. Focus only on these. Pick maybe one of them to begin with, and then you can also always upsell new stuff later. So pick one thing, focus on that, and then once you've landed a client, it's going to be easier for you to upsell them other stuff like Agentic OS, like chatbots, like speed to lead agents, ads agents, whatever it may be, proposal agents, generators, whatever, right? But yeah, super, super important that you take this video, you implement it. And if you want me to go over a specific automation that I just walked through and go in detail of how to build it, or maybe build all of them and show you that over a YouTube video, I'll be glad to do that because this is a super, super, super valuable video. So get to work on this, start reaching out to people on cold email, on LinkedIn, or wherever it makes sense for you, or if you want to run ads or whatever you want to do, and start pitching exactly one of these automations and then upsell new ones in the future. But I hope this was useful. And if you have any questions down below or you want to reach out to me in my school community where I'm more responsive, just click the link in my bio, in the description of the video, and I'll reach out to you there and we can have a conversation there. But other than that, again, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.